At the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games this summer, adidas will outfit over 3,000 athletes, 16 national committees, 214 country federations, 100,000 volunteers, officials and staff. 2.5 million pieces of sports product will be produced, including 43 different types of shoes for 27 different sports, as Adidas' sponsorship extends their commitment to the Games and the legacy started by adidas 80 years ago.
The Olympic Games are, always have been and will be very important to the Adidas brand. It's one of the, I would say, two key sporting events in the world. Next to the Football World Cup, the Olympics are, of course, key to who we are and what we do. Adidas, I think, started already in 1928 to equip athletes with the best possible products. And still today, we're trying to achieve exactly the same and help athletes to make them better, equip them with the best possible products so that they can achieve their impossible.
A classic example of Adi Dassler's innovative spirit and enthusiasm started with an American athlete called Dick Fosbury and a new take on the high jump.
When he heard in the 60s about a young man in USA who was jumping the other way around, as he said, he started to be crazy. It's impossible. He cannot turn and jump backwards with the same shoes like we do with a straddle style. He needs another shoe. And he got in touch with the athlete, not in order to make some business. He just sent him a sample with one spike right in the middle of the front of the four-part plate of the shoe. And so they got in contact, but it was not the right way. I mean, Dick Fosbury, he answered right away, that shoe is not very helpful. I'm not turning like this, in 100 degrees. But he made some closer description how he was jumping, and then step by step he got a perfect shoe.
4 decades later, Adidas continues in the vision of their founder to provide the best sporting products for athletes to achieve their impossible.
The Olympic product range from Adidas for the Beijing Games is actually the first time that we have one design link across all the different sports we equip at the Games. And it's nicely coordinated between footwear and apparel and accessories. It's one red line that goes through the entire range.
We know what inspires the athletes. What inspires Adidas?
The main inspiration came actually from the architecture in Beijing itself. It was something that we felt the first time tradition and modernity are really coming together. There was something that we have seen, but we have never kind of experienced it in this way. So for us was kind of the approach that the Chinese country took to actually bring the Olympic Games and what they actually see with the Olympic Games into kind of how they build the stadiums, how they actually kind of will set up the whole Olympic Games was kind of the starting and inspirational kind of starting point for us for Made for Beijing. With that, the whole product actually evolved the same way. So we said, okay, whatever we would see as inspirational that bridges tradition and modernity will come into the products. So whatever Adidas actually did in the past, being an observer, being a listener, talking to athletes, that is part of the tradition we have, and this is definitely something we want to continue. The team always went out, talked to athletes, came back with kind of new ideas, talking to coaches. It's not just talking to the athlete, it's also like talking to the coach. It's talking kind of to the environment around the athlete to understand who is the athlete, what is kind of really necessary to do as a next step, what is important to bring into the product, what helps, and what really does work at the end. And you can't do that on a design template and create something and find out this works and doesn't work.
The Made for Beijing product range won the prestigious Red Dot Design Award, and consumers can now buy these award-winning products in stores worldwide.
For Made for Beijing, that's actually the first time that we make the entire range accessible to normal consumers. So it's the authentic range that our athletes are wearing during the games that will be available at retail during the time of the games.
For the first time ever, Adidas is an official partner of an Olympic Games, a status that offers huge growth potential in the host market.
Adidas is experiencing fantastic growth in the China marketplace, and the Olympics are a perfect platform for us to use to attain market leadership in China in 2008. For the group, we'll achieve $1 billion in sales by the end of 2010, so the outlook is very, very bright. Well, I think every Games has its own unique character, and every game takes on the feeling of the host nation. But the thing to me that's most exciting about these games in China is the passion that the Chinese people have for these games. Every single person in the country, it seems like, is excited and anticipating the game's arrival in August. So I think that the whole nation truly is together behind China to have the best games ever.
Adidas has embraced the Olympic fever, sweeping across China through an unprecedented marketing campaign.
And our campaign in China, together in 2008, Impossible is Nothing, Ichi Arlingling Meo Bukanang, does just that. It's all about giving consumers in China a chance to be a part of the Olympics and really get closer to the athletes and be a part of the event itself. So we have a fully integrated 360-degree marketing program around the Games and around this campaign, and it's our biggest country campaign ever.